Welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. Thanks so much for joining Kathy and I again. We're so looking forward to today.
Guys, if you haven't done it yet, now really is the time to follow our podcast. I know some of you are having trouble finding it. It's not that difficult. Wherever you get podcasts, just search for Bachelor Happy Hour and then hit the follow button.
Yes, it's super important to hit the follow button because then you'll get notified every time there's a new episode. And while you're there, write us a review or leave us a question so we can talk about it.
We love your questions. And make sure to check out all our past episodes. We have been having so much fun answering your questions. So keep those coming at bachelornation.com/golden hour.
And we have a very, very special, and I might say hot guest today. Kathy, would you like to introduce him?
This is Blake Moynes, who I have to admit, I have never met before today, but I'd like to know why I can't find a guy who looks like you and is my age.
Because they don't look like that at our age anymore.
Okay, well,
Hi,
we got to
Blake,
work on
welcome.
that.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the compliments. I was not expecting that right off the hop. I love it.
Well, we're good. We're good at it. You know, we're seasoned.
Right.
And you can give them back too.
Yeah. Listen, either give the compliments back or give us your dad or grandfather's phone number. We're easy. Either or.
No, I don't think you want to go there. My dad's not quite like me, so
Okay.
Well, we want you to tell us about your work and what you do as a wildlife conservationist, how you got into this. I mean, it's really interesting.
really rhinos?
Rhinos?
Yeah.
Turtles?
Yeah.
I mean, I take my granddaughter looking for turtles, but I don't think that's where we're going. So tell us, Blake, tell us.
But you know what's interesting is that's where it started for me. That's where it started, the interest in just being at lakes up in Canada at my cabin up north. And then that just kind of spiraled.
Where in Canada? Where?
So I live just outside of Toronto.
Wait,
and
my sister does. Where do you live?
Burlington, Hamilton.
I know it.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So there's rhinos there, Blake?
There's no rhinos there, but there's turtles there, and that's where it started. So
okay.
I grew up loving all the little amphibians and reptiles and those things up here in Canada. And then I've always had a passion for wildlife and was so intrigued by animals like rhinos and things through wildlife documentaries. And yeah, I mean, over the progression of years, it just kind of spiraled out of control. And I continued just to follow that. And then now I'm doing what I'm doing now, which is such a long story as to how I got here. But I'm right in the thick of it. I literally leave to South Africa and Kenya to go do work.
I have a billion questions, of course. But what do you say that Kathy and I join you on one of these little adventures?
It would be a lot of fun. It really would. Have you ever done anything like it before? Have you ever been on a
I'm kind of scared.
I mean, I've searched for turtles, I mean, in the
You gotta
pond
start
in
somewhere.
Austin, Texas, I've looked for a turtle.
But
I don't know, Susan.
I do
Goldens?
definitely want to know what you do have coming up. But there's a quick question I have to ask. What happened in Africa? You were in the hospital. What happened?
So I joined an anti-poaching ranger program to become certified as a wildlife ranger out in South Africa.
Okay.
And about 3 weeks into that, you have to sleep in your boots, basically. Like you have to be ready to go at all times for poachers. So sleeping in your boots, living in South Africa, the moisture, the environment, you're dirty, all of that.
Don't take us there, babe.
Yeah, blisters set in essentially, and I didn't take care of them. I didn't want the sergeants to know that I had an issue because I didn't want to have to leave the course because of my issue. So I let it fester, and then sepsis, cellulitis set in, and then I had to get surgery out there. It was a complete
You were scared, no?
I mean, yes.
Come
yes
on,
and
tell
no.
the truth. I would have been shitting myself.
Well, I mean, the way that they did the surgery, just like dicing me open and cutting it out with it was awful. I don't wish it.
Susan, he's a man. Nothing bothers him.
Oh, God.
Come on.
No,
Plus, he hangs
I
with
have a question.
rhinos. Of course, he was okay.
Really? I have a question, Blake. Seriously, how big is poaching? How big an issue is that?
Massive. And it's heavier for some species than others, but it happens globally. But you have more iconic species that get more of the brunt of it, like rhinos for their horns. It's so much value. So depending on what they're being poached for, but all animals have some type of value.
Wow.
in
I
the
mean,
black market.
Here we are talking about, there's so many jokes I could make about, poaching women, poaching rhinos,
Sure,
but
sure.
let's just stick with the conversation.
Respectful.
Oh God.
So I want to know, there's
Do you-
different endangered species every year. Which one are you working on right now?
Oh, geez. Well, that's the thing. I think so. I've started a company called the So, which essentially helps many different nonprofits that specialize in different animals. For example, I was down in Peru. We're working with jaguars and wildcats, and then I'm going out to South Africa in a week and working with Global Conservation Force. We're doing a rhino procedure. It's all about the rangers. Then I go from there to Kenya, and it's about elephants with Save the Elephants. So we really try to. There's so many that need help. So how do you say no and focus on one? So we're really doing our best effort to help as much as possible with where we can. It's just, the funding and this and that. There's just so much that goes into it that I wish I could be doing more, but we're doing the best that we can.
I
How
have
do
a
you
two-part question. I'm sorry. Number one, I totally respect and admire what you do. Is this costly to you, or do you make money?
Yeah. I mean, the issue is that, and why people want to work with animals, they want to work in conservation, but there's no money in it. And so for me, I had to find a way, because I never take money from my nonprofit organizations. If I'm going to go out there and help and work with them, well, I'm doing a disservice or going against the whole purpose of me getting them funding for their projects to work on.
Using it. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
So I never take from the nonprofits, which means that I have to create expeditions with guests to have money come in different ways through expeditions and guests on these impact conservation trips.
We could help raise a lot of money for you.
So wait a minute.
There you go. See?
Right. But wait, didn't you take a trip with fellow Bachelor Nation people? Didn't you do that?
Yes. I've done a few of those now. So essentially I'm trying to use influencers and their network, so influencing for impact in a sense, and trying to utilize them and their platform to get messages across to another large demographic of people and large audience of people.
And how does one date doing all this traveling?
No, that's
where's that come in now?
Listen, I'm a very, very confident guy, but this is one avenue right now I'm a little bit lost in trying to navigate, because it is extremely difficult and I don't have the answer right now.
Well, maybe you got to find somebody that likes doing what you're doing.
Definitely would help. Would help. There's just very slim pickings.
Or maybe Blake.
Tell us about it.
Wait, trust me. But maybe Blake, right now you're supposed to be focusing on what you're focusing on, and the women will come your way when it's time.
Yeah, I mean that's the way I'm looking at it for the most part, for sure.
At all. And that's what we're going to case. It's not going to be easy, but it's
Take advantage of new nonstop flights from Sun Country Airlines to cities like Montreal, Toronto, Billings, and Boise. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, I mean, before I went on the show, there was a.
Oh, serious? Have you ever?
Your flights at suncountry.com. That's suncountry.com. Get to going.
Okay, I want to know, how serious have you ever gotten close? Have you ever felt like this is the one?
With any of them from the actual show or outside of that?
You fill in the blank.
Yeah, I mean, before I went on the show, there was a girl I was with for 3.5 years. And I, at one point, did think that was going to be it.
Did you break up with her because you went on the show?
No, imagine I was one of those. I'm smarter than that. I'm smarter than that.
It would have came out on the tabloids everywhere.
100%. But no, I mean, I did think I was close at one point. I felt very settled in that relationship, and things were good. It just didn't feel great. It felt held back in ways, and so it wasn't out of a lack of love. It was just a lack of. We weren't getting the most out of each other in life.
Okay, that takes a lot of courage.
And it was so hard. Because, it was like, but the thing that I love about it the most is now that I see her doing the things that I kind of was resentful. Like she wasn't, now I'm seeing her living and like really becoming her own self. And I'm like, as much as it would suck in that moment, like you're doing all the things that and now you're living.
Yes.
And so I see that now and it's like, she might have felt like it was the wrong decision that time, but now look at you and look what everything you're doing. And she needed to, I think, solo grab life a little bit.
Maybe she thanks you for that.
Right.
Not
Maybe
out
internally.
loud,
She'll never tell me that. She'll
internally,
never
yes.
tell me that.
Wait, so I have a
wouldn't
question.
either, Blake.
I wouldn't either. Wait, I have a question though. So would you is that a problem? Would you like the woman that has her independence and does what she wants to do, and you're doing what you want to do? And if that's the case, that's a tough balance. So what's your take now that you've tried it a few different ways?
Yeah, I think there's two different scenarios there. I think there's the exact one that you mentioned, where someone that is very established, knows what they want, is independent, has a life that they're pursuing, and passionate about something. Because now that I'm in that position, I know how much value I put into someone supporting me and telling me to go live it, go do it. So if I have someone that also has that, I respect it so much that I want to see like that growth, like blossom, do it, right? Because I get that. But on the flip side, if somebody is also wants to be a part of some of the stuff I'm doing and wants to take on that journey with me too, come along. Like you're good with that. For sure. I mean, there's endless experiences that I have. This whole May Africa trip, at the end of it, I know I'll be sitting there being like, I wish like I had someone there to
with somebody.
do this with somebody. And that happens throughout the year on all of these projects I'm working on. So it's like, but I know that time will come. It will come. It's just like, we're missing some great opportunities here to like make memories. Yes. So that's the one thing that I find on these trips. I'm like,
name the one you enjoyed the most: Paradise or Bachelor? What one was more fun? The experience.
Paradise certainly was more fun, for sure.
And why is that? Because you make out and lay on a beach, or
no? Because he likes no air conditioning and fly.
Well, I can handle all
he's
that
used
for
to
sure.
bugs.
For sure. Yeah. I think. Well, one, I think that being the third time doing the experience in general is super comfortable.
Yes.
In it. Been there, done that before, where I didn't get overwhelmed and freaked out about the things that everyone else was. So it was fun kind of watching it all happen. I remember being
for all
there,
the newbies, like, look at you. I've been there.
Yeah. I think the other one is just, it's very stressful competing over one. Like, it's a lot more stressful of like competing
Susan?
For one person.
Did we
We
find
weren't
it stressful?
stressed.
We weren't stressed. Not
It
even
comes
a little
with
bit.
age.
Wait, a lot of things
Fair.
come with
You
age.
know what?
Like
It's
you have
probably
no
about it.
idea. You have no idea what comes with age. Wait, I have a question. Would you ever do another reality TV show?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think yes, as long as it fell into the timing of the. I don't want to take away from the things that I'm doing, which is like making me so happy.
Not between safaris or
Yeah, like the thing is, which like, how do you decide going to Africa for a month and working with rhinos and elephants, or like going on a reality show for a month? It's like, oof,
You take the elephants.
Maybe we'll
take
talk
the
to
elephants
Bachelor
with you.
Nation and we'll have one done there in Africa.
I mean,
that could work.
That would be an experience for sure. I mean, that would make some TV.
Is there any place that you dream of that you'd like to go to that you haven't yet?
Yes, I'm all about extremes. So I think like going to like Antarctica or something where it's like I'm very out of my element, and or going all the way north. And
I was thinking Canada offers a lot. You can go,
exactly
the
go
Northwestern Territories.
Yeah. I want to go up there, like to Nunavut, see how the indigenous and the culture is there, and really dive into that.
Yeah,
I think that type is like what feeds me. That type of experience.
But ultimately, do you want a life partner, a marriage, children? Do you want a family, or
no question? I battle that right now because all of my best friends here back home where I live, they're all engaged, they're all married, they all have kids, second kids. I'm the only one that's not.
What are you waiting for, man?
But
he's living his life. He's living his life.
I'm trying to look at the benefit of what I am able to do right now and live like. Think about all the positive you're doing. These are experiences you can't potentially do later. Live in that, soak them all in. What I say is the best is yet to come with all that. I know that I'm still going to have kids. That is going to come. And when it does, it's going to be beautiful.
Okay. All right. So my question for you then.
We can be aunties, We'll help.
We can be aunties. As far as your dating life now going forward, what's your ideal way of meeting someone now, given everything you've been through? Reality TV, everything else you've done. What's your ideal way of meeting someone? Sorry. I
It's a
need
tough
that.
one.
I've closed. For a while, I had closed a door, being like, "Hey, I just need to focus on the things that I'm doing." But I realized that naturally, as humans, Homo sapiens, we need connection. We need social. We need to be touched. We know these things. Now, I never get to the touching point because that's a dangerous. If you're not serious about
the
somebody.
Animals, Blake. You touch the animals.
Right. But I keep the door open and I connect. I'll go on dates. Like, I'm going to go on a date.
Have you dated lately? Come on, spill.
Yeah,
I want to know.
Definitely, certainly.
Oh.
And I'm going on a date next week.
But good.
So I'm keeping that door open because
wait a minute. You're going on a date next week and say you're going to meet the woman of your dreams and say, "Hey, I'll check you later. I'm on my way to South Africa." How does that work?
Well, that's the listen. As long as you're transparent and very communicative about your situation, right? Like then you're not setting expectations. I lay it out exactly like of what I'm doing. So there's not I connect. But I don't.
Okay, I want to know how. How did you find this woman that you're having a date with? How'd you find her?
How did you?
She's.
Do tell, honey.
Take five. Okay, 5's
Ladies
up.
out
Let's
there
go.
listening, listen to every word he says. You could meet him too.
Yeah, we'll call it a friend of a friend in a different city. Yeah.
Okay.
Susan.
Yeah.
We know about that, dating people in different cities. Yeah, we're going to Canada.
That's my next stop.
Well, my sister lives there. I'm on my way.
So I do have one question. Do you have any questions for us?
None of this do I care about. What I really want to know is how you're going to plan a dream conservation trip with us, the Golden Ladies.
Well, I mean, I think where we need to start is like, do you have an animal that you've always dreamed of being close to work
yes.
with?
Yes, I have 2 geriatric cats. Yes, I have animals.
Oh. But like a dream animal, like I don't know, a lion, or do you want to work with penguins? Do you want to?
I want ones that don't bite.
There's lots that don't bite.
I want ones that'll let me pat them. Will a giraffe let me pat it?
A wild one, likely not.
What about a bear? A nice bear?
Kathy.
Certainly not. No, you don't want to ever be put in that.
I don't ever want to do
to Alaska though to do that. So you could go to Alaska with us.
I've been
cold.
Okay.
It's cold.
It's beautiful.
It's an experience.
You got to go before the glaciers are gone.
What about Europe? Did you go to Italy or France, or have you been to any of those?
I'm saving that for when I do find my partner. I'm doing all the stuff I love to do now. So when she wants to go do these things, I'll fight.
Oh, that's good. All right, you
so
just touched me
sweet.
right here a little bit.
Oh.
This is good. I went by myself a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking, who do we know we can fix them up with?
I know. My daughter's married, damn it.
So's mine.
None come to mind, huh? Well,
So back to my question.
yes.
What, if anything, would you ask us about anything, whether it's dating, reality TV?
Well, can I use it? Can I use you like to my own benefit?
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Like seeing the situation that I'm in and having a decent understanding of the position that I am in. If you had advice in trying to maneuver through a career like mine and trying to find somebody, what are those pieces of advice? And what really do I need to be more cognizant of or aware of, or like, what is the woman actually looking for? If you're the woman dating me right now and and I've just told you all these things from across the table. How are you actually feeling? Because everyone tells me they'd be okay with it.
That's bullshit.
I just don't know.
That is straight up bullshit.
I disagree.
I love the fact that you're open and honest when you meet somebody. But for me, I'd be like, get this out of your system, love. And then we could go play little things on your safaris or but
Nope.
You have to live you and get that out of your system before you want to nail down a big relationship. Because I don't know that everybody's going to go with what you love.
And
correct?
and this is going to be a great surprise that I disagree with Susan. I think, I love you though. I think, Blake, that if you do the things you love and where your passions are, the right people will come into your life. And that's always my advice. Do the things you love that bring your heart joy, that energize you, and the right people come into your life.
Well, that's what he is doing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he's
do that, but not be gun-ho and look for a serious relationship in Canada at home because you're leaving.
Now, see, I will say there is a nice thing about what I am doing.
Okay.
In a sense. Say I go to Africa for 3 weeks, I come back and I don't have to be, I can work from there. I can go and be with her for 3 weeks.
A couple weeks works. Okay.
You know, like I'm not always abroad. I always come back.
And then offer to take her with you once or twice. If you do that, then sky's the limit.
Yeah, for sure. I understand what the things would need to happen if I were to get in that position.
You seem like a guy with a big heart, and it's going to happen for you. It's going to happen for you. It's just not your time yet. And
Did you
know
start
what?
that vision board thing? Did you place
right.
her up there and talk to the universe? Yeah. You know, the universe, I learned, does not understand English. It's a vibe that we give. So you have to truly believe it all the way down to your toes.
Yeah. I like that.
And I think the animals that you are helping will send the right people your way. I mean it. I really believe that.
Good.
You know,
you sound like a really good guy.
You know, this is what I battle, right? It's like I know all the good that I am doing and can be doing, the funding, the awareness, all of the stuff, all the positive. And when I care about animals as much as I do, knowing how much, and when you start working with animals closely like that, and you see the impact and the positive that you can do, for me to now take massive steps back to make sure I can just find my partner right now, I think it's a disservice to everybody and animals when it's needed. And I have this unique ability to do what I'm doing. So I think that it's important that I keep doing that.
Absolutely.
The right person will absolutely mend into.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to continuously believe in that.
How do you feel about 70-year-olds, Blake?
I'm 67, if that helps.
It's not that much older, but that's, I never say never, right?
Never say never.
Royal Credit Union's smart checking accounts offer no monthly fees and
Winners, Color Choice Years, a 5-generation family business.
Asked a lot of men this. Men sometimes will say they want an independent woman.
Yeah.
But do they really?
Or do you really?
The confident one.
So here's a good question, and I've asked.
Wonderful to work with. Just check out their Google reviews. Learn more and
want to see their woman succeed. Like
independent woman.
Yeah.
But do they?
manroofing.com.
So here's a good question, and I've asked a lot of men this. Men sometimes will say they want an independent woman.
Yeah.
But do they really?
Or do you really?
The confident ones that don't have an ego and want to see their woman succeed, like the men always wants to be that dominant. There's like a how do you call it? It's like a power dynamic where they need to be the ones provide.
Right?
No. Like, I think it's so sexy to see a woman like doing her thing and grabbing life. No, it's the
So you like strong women, Kathy? See, there's men that like
Susan,
strong women.
Here we are again counting. He is 30 what? And you're how old? Let's start counting.
You didn't make my cutoff.
Just saying. I mean, we don't have enough time in
the
this.
woman of your dreams. I really do. Just like I hope I find my guy someday.
You are. You are.
I know I am.
We put it out in the universe.
I look at things differently now than I did at your age, if you will. And let me ask you this. After coming off the show, do you look at dating differently or what you want in a person differently than you did?
I wouldn't say the show hasn't necessarily made me. I mean, there's a lot that I worry about and think about during the vetting process for sure. But I don't necessarily, I think about things different. The core values and what I actually want are still there. Okay. As I've matured, they've changed a little bit.
Slightly, yes. And they will dramatically when you're 67.
So wait a minute. I have a question. Yeah. All the things you're talking about are really high principle, really important things that matter when you pick your life partner. But come on, Blake, when you see that woman, is it the chemistry? Is it the look that gets you first?
Yeah. What's your first attraction?
Come on.
It's usually it's like it's an
Energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Which is chemistry.
Yeah.
Yes.
But your first look, like say you're online or on a dating app and you know how you have to swipe the pictures. It's got to be a visual thing first, right?
Yeah, I think yes, like I think that naturally grabs the eye first, no question.
Right.
But it's like there's the next piece you're looking for, like are they with their animals and their dogs? Like, is it too curated? Is it too like how natural and like raw are you? Is it too I want like a cool, calm, like really down to earth, normal.
Listen, Blake, we just met. You have a ton of energy. So,
and I love that.
And we love that. But that means that if you want a calm woman, she might not have the same kind of energy.
I'm not say like this is where I can work on my vocabulary. So calm is like I need like a calm, like very to themselves. No,
that's
but like,
not.
I mean collected.
Better.
Collected.
Okay. Well, we're gonna collect. We're collected now. We want to play a game with you. Are you ready? All right. I want to know.
Okay.
Apple or Android? Is green text a deal breaker? Do you care?
No.
Glad to hear it.
Okay, a date night in or a date night out?
It depends how far along I am with them, but once I know them.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
What about your phone? God knows we're all attached to our phones. Do you bring your phone to bed or do you leave it in the other room?
It's in bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait a second. You know I'm going to ask this. You're hot and heavy and your phone beeps. You're going to pick up on it?
Not saying alone. He lives alone right now, Kath.
Susan,
Susan,
he's not a priest.
I never get there. So, hot and heavy isn't a thing.
Okay. So I know for me, I know the answer to this one. Are you friends with the ex or do you cut it off completely?
Right. I think there's so many people that go against this, but I don't care and I'll stand by it. I'm always
friends.
If I can maintain a relationship, it is mature. Like you respect the person.
Yes.
High five to that one.
Babe. We're all high fiving you there.
Yes.
Okay. So
I agree.
This is one near and dear to me because I'm 70 going on 29. Would you date someone older than you or date someone younger than you?
Or both.
And how old will you go? Because I'm personally interested.
I have been dating both. There isn't, cutoffs. Geez.
Is there a number? Like I'm like 14
Blake.
years. Okay. I'm just saying.
We'll call it 70. Well, 70. Like I want to make you feel included.
Oh, well, that'll be
at
real.
him.
You're gonna date a 70-year-old.
Susan,
Wait, you're 33. Am I right?
Wait.
That's more than double. We don't believe you.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're great at math. This is a girl who can't count. Now all of a sudden she's got multiplication down. I love it.
Remember what I said? I want collected, knows what they want, and you both clearly have that, right? So
yes. And it took us time to get here. It really did. Yeah. We're done the baby making days though. You need that energy too.
I mean,
that's on the same
have
page.
Grandchildren now.
Yes.
We have grandchildren. Wait, can I just tell you you're not there yet, but grandchildren, you know why we love our grandchildren so much, Blake? You know why you're going to love your children and then you're going to love your grandchildren so much? I'm just putting the cart before the horse here because your grandchildren will remind you of the children you had. It's like holding your children all over
like
again.
That, eh? Yeah.
Your grandchildren, you get to say yes to everything and don't have to deal with the brattiness.
Right.
My daughter gets mad at me all the time. Mom, why? Just because they ask, I go, they're my grandkids.
All right, wait. I have one more question.
Yes.
Blake,
mm-hmm.
You want a bachelorette or do you want Bachelor in Paradise?
Paradise.
Hello, Blake.
The girl next door.
What do you mean exactly by that question? Do I want a bachelor or a Bachelor in Paradise? Like to go on the show again?
He said with his eyes popping out of his head.
No, neither.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, right? Just as long as she's
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Susan, it's getting better for you and me. He's not interested in either of those.
Blake, can I just tell you, I hope we get to actually meet in person and go have a cocktail or a bite to eat. I'd really love to pick your brain even further, but I think that's all the time we have for today.
No, that would be a lot of fun. We should probably. Where are you both? Where are you both situated?
I live in Austin, Texas.
And I'm in Philadelphia.
Philly.
But we're coming to Canada. We'll have to check his dates.
My sister lives in Ottawa.
Okay.
She did live in Toronto, just moved to Ottawa. So I'll be there this summer. And, if you're there,
we'll hook up. You'll have to send me your number. That's all.
You don't say hook up, Susan. That doesn't mean what you think it means.
Thank you so much for being and playing with us today. We really enjoyed you, and you are just so easy on the eye, I have to tell you.
And I seriously want to wish you all the best on your trip to South Africa. I hope it's everything you want it to be.
And we'll pray for no infections this time, okay?
No, I've learned my lesson. Yeah. No, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. It's interesting, right? Like when I haven't podcasted with mature individuals with a different, you guys just bring a different energy and confidence in what you talk about in comparison to other podcasts. So it was a nice.
That's a cool thing. That's
Susan.
good,
I think he's interested.
Yeah,
I think we did good, Kathy.
He's interested, Susan.
My mom always says, like there's people that have the cool gene. You both have the cool gene.
You're so sweet.
How old is
Blake.
your mom?
She's 58.
Kathy, we're older than his mom.
Okay, Blake, how old's your grandmother?
Oh, 80s. 80, yeah, I should know that, but I don't. 80 something.
It's all good. And you're blessed that you still have them all.
Yep.
And cherish them.
And you know what? Okay? Enjoy every minute with them too, because family
Absolutely.
is only family for a short time.
It does. Sure. Thank you again, sweetheart. We really enjoyed you. And that does it for today's episode of Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
And please don't forget to submit those questions because you'll be hearing us soon in one of our episodes talking about the questions that you guys sent in. We just absolutely love it. Go to bachelornation.com/golden hour and hit us up on social media too.
Take care.